Good Monday. I'm Chris Folk. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Let's get started. Sharon?
Good morning. Today with us is Sara Kruger, and her business is Sara Bella, which is a pretty creative name, and then she does home staging. Now I know what home staging is, but a lot of people might not know what home staging is. Could you explain to us what home staging is?
Sure. Home staging really, in a nutshell, is preparing a home to go on the market in order that it will sell quickly and for top dollar.
Mm-hmm. So do you do only home staging, or do you do it with businesses and...
Well, my business is a home staging and redesign, so I do overhauls for homes and businesses and, and anyone who needs a refresh, a redo. Yeah.
And sometimes what a lot of people don't know is like this can be done fairly inexpensively with what you already have.
Yes, and that's really one of my, I see as my specialty. I think creatively, I see how to use things in a different way and use what people already own.
That's great. I could use you.
I get a lot of that. Oh my God.
I'm just sitting here thinking, I could use you.
Yeah, and really, that is, I really do get a lot of that. Once people understand what it is, and that most of my clients are people that would never think of hiring an interior designer, because they oftentimes just need a little advice, a little help, a little pull together. You know, their stuff is just fine. It's just not working, and so. Yeah, my clients they might know what they want, they just don't know how to get it.
I know what I like, but I can't do it. Yes.
Can't figure it out, don't know how to pull it all together, you know, in terms of color and placement and artwork and things like that.
And is that the thought that people have, like when they think of this, they think like, oh my God, this is going to cost me a lot of money.
Exactly.
And I got to buy new things, and you know, then they kind of tend to like, nah,
I'm not going to do that. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that is, I think, a lot of, that is a common thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can't afford it. I can't afford it, but it is. It's very affordable. It's just a creative way of using what you already have. And now that's not to say that sometimes people don't then need a certain piece, but then I'm there to say, okay, this is what you want to look for, and this is the purpose of this piece. Oftentimes, and that's where the editing part comes in. You know, I edit, I organize, I streamline, and stylize. That's my, so things just maybe aren't being used in the right way, the right function. So it's about creating function and form and beauty along the way.
Right. Now that we know what you do,
yes,
which we decided we could both use, and you may not start your work week on a Monday, and you might start some other day of the week, but how do you kick off the beginning of your work week to make it productive? Because a lot of times that day is not as productive as it could be. So you're losing a fifth.
Yes. Well, I know without question that when I do actually kind of start my work week on Sunday night and have a plan, I know what to expect.
Right.
That is really huge. I can't say enough about having a plan. And then having a day-to-day plan, and while, like the last guest, can be overwhelming if you look too far ahead and too much, what do I have to do? Just knowing what to expect the next day. So I know that I'm much more productive, in addition to having a little coffee, much more productive when I know what is ahead.
Great, makes sense.
So, like, knowing your profession, what is one advice can you give that you can give to the business owners? Just one small modification that they can do in the office so that it can look good.
Oh, you know, I think too often offices feel that they need to have this really sort of sterile kind of
structured
this sterile aesthetic to be professional. And yes, it needs to be professional. It has to have a professional appearance, but color is so effective, and that just can make the biggest difference.
So don't be afraid, right?
Don't be afraid of color, and it doesn't have to be beige. Not every office has to be beige. Not every home should be beige. Whether you're selling or staying, color affects us, and if we use it wisely, it can do great things.
Great, that's a great tip. Now, do you have a adage or something you get that guides you in your business and in your life?
Definitely your thinking. Our thinking affects our everyday life. You know, going into Monday morning, this is a fun Monday morning, or hey, this is Monday. Look, I have all these new challenges ahead of me, and I'll be seeing new homes and new people, and so our thinking, and whether it's negative or positive, creates our life. So I don't know if that's
power
really,
of positive thinking.
yeah, I don't know if that's an adage necessarily, but yes, the power of thinking, I think it's very powerful.
And we have that superpower question. Some people don't even care about superpower. Some people do. Some people like to fantasize.
Do I, and what is it?
Yes. Do you, and what is it? And why?
I do. I don't necessarily assign a particular name to it. I think it's just universal energy. And that, like with the thinking, is part of how we create our life. And I have to say, I call on that quite often. When I'm stumped, it's really easy to get into our head and what we know or what we don't know. And when we just stop and say, and ask the question, what do I need to do here? And I think that, that applies with business, that applies with personal relationships, with kids, with what have you. What do I need to do? Because the answer is always there. Stop and think of the answer and be open to the,
the answer is inside.
Exactly. Truly.
This could be a quote too.
It could.
It could be a quote.
So tell us something about you that even those who know you well don't know about you.
Ooh. Well, even those who, I sing and I dance. And
in the shower or just professionally?
No, not professionally, no, although I have some friends who have a band and they like to call me up on stage every now and then, and that's kind of fun.
That's good, huh?
So definitely not everyone.
Did you want to sing a little bit first?
Ready?
I'll help you.
And he can dance.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's interesting. Good voice then.
You know, there's a joke that that I had to hear. It says in Africa they say that if you can walk, you can dance.
Absolutely.
And if you can talk, you can
sing.
Yes. But then someone here in Fort Wayne told me, yeah, that's possible in Africa, but not in
Right. That's good. That's good. Well, I'll align myself with the African Robert.
So anyway, how do people get hold of you, Sarah?
They can visit my website, which actually tells a lot about what I do and how I work and my philosophy and things like that. That's sarabellahomestaging.com. And my phone number is, of course, 260-615-0983.
Great.
So we would like to thank Sarah for coming and joining us today.
Thank you.
And we would like to thank Best Western for hosting us here. And we would like to thank the audience for listening in. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Use it.